Welcome back to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols here with Lowe, Richard Jefferson. The Washington Wizards, as we know, traded for Russell Westbrook last week, and so far he and Bradley Beal have said lovely things about each other. It is going to be weird to see Russ in the number 4 this year, but, you know, Richard, I got to say, if he had taken Agent Zero's number, that would have been weird too, so I'm down with the number 4. Zach, where do you see the Wizards stacking up in the East?
Rach, I think your Washington Wizards are going to be pretty frisky this year.
My Washington Bullets. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Apologies.
Yes.
The top 7 in the East is going to be tough to crack unless someone takes an injury or things go haywire in Indiana, which has had a strange offseason. But I think the Wizards are right there for 7, 8, 9, 10, which means a play-in tournament. And their offense is going to be a problem. If they get any semblance of defense this year, they were maybe the 2nd or 3rd worst defense in the league last year. Their offense is going to be explosive. You face them in a playoffs in like a 2-7, 1-8 series. They have a hot shooting night. Suddenly they're up 1-0 on you and you got a series. So I think the Wizards are going to be really fun to watch and potentially the kind of dangerous, explosive offensive team that can get on a hot streak in a short playoff series and be a problem.
Yeah, no, defensively, that is definitely going to be the question. Hopefully that's something that's being addressed. But I'd like them to be even higher. I think they could be anywhere from like, 6, 7, maybe even a 5 if they play really well. Look, Russell Westbrook has always been a force. And he's going to go back to the triple-double Westbrook that we've seen, just forcing pace, forcing pressure. And look, we've seen a lot of teams do really well not being great defensive teams. And so I think Russell kind of getting back to who he's always been, a dominant point guard and the ability to get other people involved and really raising the level of his teammates when his teammates aren't at the same caliber of a James Harden or let's say a Kevin Durant. When he was out in Oklahoma City kind of solo, and even with Paul George, that makes him pretty impressive.
Well, look, I mean, we've had so much time to sort of pour over what's going on with James Harden and the Rockets. There hasn't been as much conversation about Russell Westbrook and what went wrong there with James Harden. At some point, I hope that they tell the rest of us what happened with this partnership that they were both so vocal and optimistic about last season, and the fact that James wanted the Rockets to make this huge trade with all these assets. I'm very interested in what happened there, but that is for another time. Here's what The Jump recommends for today. Tim Bontemps wrote a piece on Ben Simmons, who went from playing point guard most of last season to shifting to power forward in the bubble. Then he got injured. Sixers head coach Doc Rivers wouldn't call Simmons a point guard per se. He did define Simmons as the team's facilitator. So, Richard, what do you expect from Ben in his facilitator role under Doc Rivers?
I'm going to say that Ben's going to do the same thing he's always done, right? It doesn't matter. If he's playing the 4 spot, that just means that they're going to have more shooters at the 1, 2, and 3. If he's at the 1, that means they just need a stretch 4, which they thought that Al Horford was going to be more of a stretch 4, stretch 5, which didn't really turn out to be the case. I don't think Ben's game is going to change. He's a great rebounder, great defender, and great facilitator. Doesn't matter the position he's playing.
I totally agree with RJ. I think this whole issue has been overblown. He's their lead facilitator, always has been, other than when Jimmy was there. I think this is the front office and the coaching staff going hand in hand. More shooting has allowed Doc Rivers to handle Ben Simmons very simply. Just play your game. We're not going to ask you to shoot threes because guess what? We have more people who do that now. So just fly up and down the court, spray the ball around. We're not going to complicate your life. I think he's handling it perfectly.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to set him up to succeed, as opposed to last season when the approach was obviously let's try to push him into being something else. We will see if this works. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.